What do the charm of an ancient culture, strong-willed women and beaches straight out of a fairy tale have in common? Yes, they can all be found in one country, Latvia. And in this video I'll tell you 5 fascinating things about Latvia that will make you want to book a flight today. And if you're one of those people who wonders, what's it like to flirt in Latvia, or is simply curious about the cultural differences, stay tuned. Because we're going to dive into one of the most intriguing and least explored countries in Europe. Subscribe now and hit the bell because after getting to know Latvia, your travel bucket list is going to grow a lot. Now, if you're interested in what it's like to meet people or, more specifically, what the dating scene is like in Latvia, brace yourself. Latvian women are known for being reserved at first, but that doesn't mean they're cold. In fact, quite the opposite. In Latvia, relationships tend to run deeper, as Latvians value authenticity highly. And for many visitors, this may come as a surprise. What are women like in Latvia? This country is known for having one of the highest proportions of tall and elegant women in all of Europe. Latvian women are usually slim and very well groomed in their appearance. Without exaggerating, their beauty is natural and a minimalist style that also reflects the Latvian personality, authentic and direct. Aside from their physical appearance, women in Latvia are known for being very faithful and loyal in their relationships. For many foreigners, this attitude can be surprising at first, as Latvians tend to be reserved and do not express emotions openly until they feel a true connection. So, if you are thinking of flirting or meeting someone, it is important to do so with sincerity and respect, as Latvians are not big fans of superficial jokes or empty flirting. Dating in Latvia is usually low-key, with an almost classy feel to it. First dates are neither too flashy nor dramatic. Usually a date in Latvia will be in a quiet cafe or park, places where you can chat and get to know the other person better, no fancy dinners or big displays. If you can get past that initial barrier and gain their trust, you'll discover very loyal and deep people, who value authenticity and commitment. So, if you're ever lucky enough to date a Latvian woman, be prepared for a real connection. Latvians in general, and this is important to remember if you visit, have a general touch of shyness. It's not the place where a stranger is going to smile at you out of the blue on the street. But, when you get to know them properly, you'll find people who are very approachable and, above all, sincere. Be sincere, show genuine interest and respect their space. You're more likely to gain their trust that way. Hey! If you're enjoying the video and want to see more content about culture, destinations and curiosities, please subscribe and give it a like so we can continue exploring together. Help me grow this channel. Thanks! Let's get down to basics. Where exactly is Latvia? If we look at the map of Europe, Latvia is located in the Baltic states region, sandwiched between Estonia to the north, Lithuania to the south, and the Baltic Sea to the west. A perfect place if you want to travel across several countries in one trip. But how do you get there? Riga, the capital of Latvia, has an international airport that connects to many European cities, so don't worry about getting stranded. You can also arrive by ferry from Stockholm, Sweden, if you like the idea of a sea voyage around the Baltic. From within Europe, most flights are relatively short, and prices can be quite affordable if you plan ahead. Did you know that about 50% of Latvia is covered by forests? Yes, if you are a nature lover, this is your paradise. Latvians have a very deep connection with the environment, and forests are considered almost sacred. A mystical experience. There are several protected areas where you can go hiking, spot local wildlife and even discover some medieval castles hidden among the trees. Gauja National Park is one of the best known and boasts stunning landscapes, home to ancient castles, caves and viewing points that will allow you to immerse yourself in this very particular connection between history and nature. Let's talk about traditions. In Latvia, the summer solstice is a magical event. In June, they celebrate Ligo and Yani, a festival dedicated to the summer solstice, with traditional bonfires and dances. This celebration is one of the most beloved festivals. People dress up in flower wreaths and, according to tradition, jump over bonfires to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. Also, as it is a night when it almost never gets dark, the atmosphere becomes magical. If you ever have the chance to attend this celebration, you will feel like you are part of a very old and special ritual that connects Latvians with nature and with their ancestors. It is the perfect excuse to enjoy the Latvian summer like a local. Latvia is famous for its love of choral singing, and this is not just something that happens at casual gatherings. Every 5 years, the country hosts the National Song and Dance Festival, an impressive event where thousands of people gather to sing in unison. This festival is considered intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO, and with good reason. If you are lucky enough to attend the festival, you will see people of all ages singing with incredible passion, as if every note was a way of expressing their love for Latvian culture. Throughout history, singing has been a form of resistance and unity for Latvians, especially during the years of Soviet occupation. For them, singing is much more than just music, it is a form of cultural and national expression. Now, for art lovers, Latvia, and especially its capital Riga, is one of the most important centers of Art Nouveau in the world. Walking through the center of Riga, you feel transported to a time when every building looks like a work of art. The details, the colors, the shapes, it's impressive. There's even a museum dedicated to Art Nouveau that you can visit to learn more. The reason for this impressive amount of Art Nouveau architecture is that in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Riga was in full economic boom. Architects and artists of the time took advantage of this to create unique buildings, full of detailed facades, mythological figures, and floral decorations. You can even visit the Art Nouveau Museum in Riga, which explains the background and history of this movement that has left an unforgettable mark on the city. Something that gives Latvia a truly mystical touch, its pagan heritage. Although it is a modern country, with cities and technological advances, Latvians maintain a strong connection with their roots and ancestral myths. For thousands of years, mythology and legends have been part of their popular culture, and many of their beliefs are related to nature and the spirits that they believe protect their lands. For Latvians, every forest, every river, and every mountain has a soul, and this is reflected in their festivities and traditions. From small ceremonies to everyday practices, Latvians show a deep respect for the natural elements. If you love spirituality and mythology, Latvia is a place where you can connect with a more mystical side of Europe. And if all this has you intrigued and you're already thinking about a trip to Latvia, why not? Tell us in the comments which of these curiosities you like the most, or if there is any topic you want to know more about. And, if you haven't already, subscribe. Help me bring more culture and curiosities to the world. And we can't talk about a country without mentioning its food. Gastronomy in Latvia is simple, but full of authentic and comforting flavors. The main ingredients are usually local and fresh products, such as potatoes, fish, mushrooms, berries and rye bread, which is a national delicacy. Some typical dishes are raisols, a salad that combines different fresh ingredients, and pierogi, which are small breads filled with onions and bacon, perfect for the Latvian cold. Latvians are great lovers of natural and organic food, and many have small gardens where they grow their own vegetables and fruits. Is it expensive or cheap to travel to Latvia? Latvia is generally more affordable compared to Western European countries like France or Germany, although costs can vary depending on the season and the type of experience you're looking for. The capital, Riga, tends to be a bit more expensive than rural areas or smaller cities, but it's still affordable. You can find accommodation options to suit all budgets, from hostels that cost around €20 per night, to mid-range hotels that cost around €80. There are luxury hotels in Riga, and some rural castles have been transformed into boutique hotels, ideal if you are looking for a unique experience. Eating out in Latvia is also quite cheap. Lunch at a local restaurant can cost you between €7 and €15, while dinner at a mid-range place would be around €30. Latvia has many charming cafes and traditional restaurants where you can try typical dishes without spending a lot. Public transport in Latvia is efficient and affordable. A bus ticket in Riga costs around €1, and you can get around the city easily. You can also rent a car to explore the country, especially if you want to see its beautiful natural landscapes and picturesque villages. Museums and cultural venues are usually reasonably priced. For example, an entrance ticket to the Latvian National Museum of Art can cost around €6, and many churches and historical sites have free or nominal entry. Additionally, nature parks and beaches are free of charge, allowing you to enjoy nature without worrying too much about your budget. In short, Latvia is a relatively inexpensive destination within Europe, with varied price options to suit different budgets. It is a place that allows tourists to enjoy a rich cultural experience without spending too much. Visa requirements for Latvia. If you are a citizen of the European Union, you can enter Latvia without a visa, as Latvia is a member of the Schengen area, which allows free movement between participating countries. For citizens of many Latin American countries, such as Argentina, Mexico, Brazil, among others, there is also a visa-free agreement for stays of up to 90 days in a 180-day period. However, you must have a valid passport, and in some cases it may be helpful to have a hotel reservation and to prove sufficient funds for your stay. From 2024, the ESHA system will be implemented, which will require an electronic travel authorization for citizens of visa-exempt countries wishing to enter the Schengen area. This system will speed up security control and allow entry for tourism, business, or transit, so it will be important to check these details before your trip. Latvia's climate is humid continental, which means you can expect cold winters and moderately warm summers. Winter temperatures often drop below freezing, especially in January and February, where lows can reach -10 degrees or even lower in rural areas. Snow is common during this season, and in cities like Riga, snowy landscapes alongside Art Nouveau architecture offer a magical touch. In summer, the weather is pleasantly warm and milder than in other northern European countries, with temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius in July and August. It's a great time to visit, as the daylight hours are much longer, and celebrations such as the summer solstice, Ligo and Yani, add to the festive atmosphere. However, rain can come at any time, so it's ideal to bring an umbrella or waterproof clothing at any time of year. Latvia is, without a doubt, one of those destinations that not many people know in depth, but that leaves an impression on everyone who visits it. From its history, its traditions to its mysticism, Latvia is a country that knows how to combine the ancient with the modern in a unique way. So, if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get more stories and curiosities like these. Would you be willing to explore Latvia and discover it for yourself? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you next time.